So an easy lunch this week is just an easy split pea soup. I'm going to cook it in the crock pot all day. Today is Sunday, so by the end of the day it will be ready to put in individual containers for us to have for lunch this week. So I'm just starting off with some vegetable stock, and you're supposed to go through and check your split peas for stones or anything. I'll be honest, I've been doing this for years and I've never found anything that wasn't a pea in there. But I just kind of look as it's pouring in and see if anything looks strange. So I'm just going to pour the whole thing in. I will be cooking this on high for the first half and then on low for the second half. I'll cook it, let's see, it's 12:44. I'll probably cook this until about 6 tonight. Maybe 7. Alright. Yeah, there's nothing in here that's not supposed to be in there. I love my crock pot, guys. It's been with me for a long time. It gets a lot of use. So I'm just going to pour in the entire carton of stock. That's about 4 cups. You want to make sure that all the peas are covered and that there's plenty of room for them to expand. And usually about halfway through, I will come in and add just a little bit of water if they look like they're taking up a little too much space. The next thing I'm going to add normally I have normal carrots, but we got these by mistake, and I'm going to finish using this bag up. So I'm just going to like chop them into like thirds and add those. Okay. Boink. So I'm just going to cut these into thirds. Ugh. Ugh. I never want to see another baby carrot again. At least until like next holiday season. Okay, so I'm just gonna yoink, yoink. Okay, you know what? Maybe quarters. Little pieces about like this. Damn it. Little pieces about like this size, and they'll cook down real nice. So I'll just toss those in. I guess it depends on the size of the carrot if it's thirds or quarters. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need ham for a pea soup to be amazing. It's all in the spices and what you add to it. But to me, nothing's better than just plain old peas and carrots. Okay, because there is sodium in stock, unless you get like low sodium or sodium free, because there's sodium in stock, I don't add salt as it's cooking. Salt is something that we usually add as a garnish. We don't usually cook with it on a lot of stuff just to keep the content down. But I will use disgusting amounts of onion powder and garlic powder, my 2 favorite things in the kitchen. And I don't prefer real onions in this. I only like the powder in the pea soup. And I will probably add more throughout the day. So I'm just going to give this a stir. This is what it looks like. I'm going to put the lid on and we'll be good to go. Okay. See you in a few hours. So the pea soup is done. This is the consistency that I like. It's a little hair thin, but it's because it gets so thick in the refrigerator overnight. So I added just a little bit of water because I know it's going to be thicker tomorrow. So this is our lunch for the week. We also have some garlic vegan naan bread, so that is what we're going to dip in this. Lunch is served. Do you want sliced tomatoes for yours?
No.
Heathen.
No, the way it was yesterday was not.
Here you go. Little baby. So we have some ciabatta bread. Ciabatta bread is egg and milk free. At least this is. And this is what we've been doing for the weekend for our lunches. I'm just going to do a little spread of Dijon. And then we were going to do a review on this, but we went ahead and opened it. This is the story. Vegan cheese is not whole food. And before we decided to just do whole food instead of just vegan, we bought this out of excitement and then decided we don't need to use it because it's processed. But we decided yesterday to open it and try it before throwing it out. And we opened it and tried it. And guys, this has the look, the smell, and the texture of real smoked Gouda. If you put this next to a piece of dairy smoked Gouda and blindfolded me, I would not be able to tell the difference. And I love my smoked Gouda. This stuff is that good. So we decided we're just going to go ahead and finish this pack up and use it on our sandwiches so it's not wasted. And this is not obviously not sponsored since I said we were going to throw it out. But look at that. I mean, God, this stuff is so good. So I'm just going to take one slice and I'm just going to lay it down here. And then we have our organic spring mix that we get from our local grocery. And I like a lot of green on here. If it's not a pain to close, you haven't done it right. And then I'm just going to put a couple slices of cucumber on here. A couple slices of pepper. Some tomato. I like little tomatoes. I don't really like big tomatoes very much. Black olives. You can never have enough. This does make a mess. This is a very messy sandwich, but it is so ridiculously good. Oh God, I'm just going to eat this. Oh gosh, so good. Some jalapeno slices. We love Mount Olive brand. Not sponsored, obviously. They just have really good, like, pickles and stuff like that. I'm going to put, like, 3 jalapenos on there. And some banana pepper rings. Guys, I love peppers. And they give it such flavor. I don't know, for some reason it seems like I'm going to skip the pickles. Matt's going to put on his. It seems like the pickled options bring out the freshness in the other ingredients. They really complement it. And then I'm going to do the, oh, that's salt. I'm going to do the old trick that I used to do when I worked at Subway, obviously, and do a lot of black pepper. And top it off with some red wine vinegar. This obviously does have a lot of vinegar on it, but there's something about the flavor of red wine vinegar that is so good. And of course, no olive oil. And that's it. This is what we have been eating for this weekend for lunch, and it is amazing. Tonight is another I don't feel like cooking anything in depth. So I'm opening up cans. And you know what? This is why it's important to, even if you like fresh food or frozen veggies or whatever, it's always important to keep some canned stuff, as long as you drain them and rinse most of the sodium and stuff off like that, you know, because sometimes I just don't have it in me, and this is one of those times. So we're just going to, I'm not cooking rice tonight. You know what, it's really lucky that Matt and I really love like Tex-Mex, Mexican type flavors, because we don't get tired of it at all. And that's a good thing, because that comes with the territory of a lot of rice and beans. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to heat up these corn tortillas in a pan, no oil. Just going to heat them up enough to brown them. And then we're going to throw down some spring mix and then the beans and corn, because I'm going to mix them together in the same pot with a little cumin, obviously garlic and onion powder. Give them a little bit of flavor. And then we're just going to top them with like jalapeno peppers. And I still have some of these glorious little tomatoes. Matt's not a huge tomato person, but that's fine because I'll eat them. And also all the black olives are for me because he doesn't like those either, so yay for me. So I'm just gonna that's what we're gonna do tonight. Just pile the stuff on and eat until it's gone, or at least most of it. I like this because this has 24. We've already used this once and there's still like a whole pile. So that should last a while, and it's cheap. So I'm going to get back to the daunting task of opening cans, because life is tough and sometimes I just can't bear. Actually, I need to get my steps in. I don't have time to stay in here and cook. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We'll be back. Oh, fuck. Stupid belt. Oh my god, life is so hard. I can't even. I've got everything in here. I'm just gonna like mix the beans and corn together. I mean, this is stupid, guys. You guys know how to do that. Copious amounts of onion powder, a little bit of cumin, a little garlic powder. Actually, I will add some chili powder to give it some taco flavorings. And I'm actually going to go ahead and cut up the rest. I've got 3 little red sweet peppers. I'm going to cut those up and throw them in there. Let those cook down with that. So this is the beans, corn, the chopped up peppers, and the last of my poor wilting cilantro. So I'm just going to put a lid on that and leave it alone for a little bit. Now, one thing I wanted to say, the whole reason why I'm showing you this is, one, you know, to show you what we're eating for the week and how easy it is to eat plant-based and whole food. But another reason is because I want to show people that eating healthy actually is affordable. It doesn't matter if you're on a budget. A lot of times what I hear is I can't afford to eat well. I just can't afford it. Now, I do know that if you're eating meat, yes, it gets very, very expensive when you're buying meat and dairy, you know, and eggs and all that stuff. It does cost a lot. But I will say, our first pantry stock with some cans and rice and dry beans, $27. Last week, when we went grocery shopping this past weekend, we always shop on Friday or Saturday. This last week, because we got a bunch of fresh vegetables and the ciabatta, stuff we don't normally buy for like sandwiches and stuff, because of that, it was $57 for 2 people. And you might think, oh, that's expensive. But we were spending $120 to $140 a week for both of us when we were buying meat and cheeses. That is a huge difference, and it really helps out if you're on a budget. I buy my canned goods. Okay, the pan is heated up. It is plain, no oil. I'm going to start throwing some tortilla on there. Heat that shit up. Okay, well, let me start this real quick. Let's not kill the vegetables. Not kill the vegetables. But the whole point is Monkey, get out of the kitchen. You know better than to be in here when Mommy's cooking. Go. Don't you look. She just looked at me like I beat her out. Bottom lip's dragging the ground. Mom's so mean to me. Turd. The point is especially if you have an Aldi or if you have a Cost Saver Plus or something that's like lower on the price, not lower in food quality, but lower in price. I get my vegetables from my canned goods and stuff from, and the beans and rice. Got them from Aldi. The beans, some of the beans I bought, let's see, when it was $27, I bought white beans, black beans, in the cans. White beans, black beans, corn, green beans, pinto beans, like 2 small cans of pinto beans and a big thing of the Dakota's pinto beans. But anyway, the Dakota's was the most expensive because I had gotten that massive jar that I showed you last week for the refried beans. Okay, stop throwing a tantrum. Anyway, the regular size cans of vegetables, 58 cents, 65 cents. And then when you go to your local regular grocery store, 85 cents, 95 cents, $1.02. So yeah, if you have an Aldi nearby, definitely shop at Aldi. But you know, while I'm sitting here heating up these tortillas, ooh, that looks so good. You like flipped over, look at these, got the like brown, that's good stuff right there, y'all. But it is actually possible to eat extremely healthy on a very tight budget. Shoot, you could probably go in the Dollar Tree and get some canned goods and stuff like that. Although I would be careful because at Dollar Tree you're going to pay $1, and a lot of times Dollar Tree is not the best deal. Like I said, you can get a can of something at Aldi for 58 cents, 65 cents. So if you have to shop at Dollar Tree because that's all you have nearby and that's the best deals, try to compare them to like your local Walmart or sometimes like that. Sometimes Walmart has better deals than the Dollar Tree. So make sure you shop around if you're on a budget. But you will find something. It is so easy to eat so healthy, guys. Like, this is crazy easy. I got out 1 too many. Wait, 2, oh no, 3 for Matt and 2 for me. I was like, where did the extra tortilla come from? So I just wanted to let you know that it's possible. It's absolutely possible. It's absolutely doable. And you can maybe even go to a local farmer's market, you know. But I know that this is not growing season for a lot of stuff. But there are ways to find cheap vegetables. And if you know what, if you stock up on dry beans and dried rice, that saves tons of money. Dried beans are so much cheaper than cans. And I say that after showing you that I opened up a can because I feel lazy tonight. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes we have nights like that. That's why I suggest keeping some cans in your pantry or your cabinets at all times. But dried beans, like, you know, the can of beans, maybe 15 ounces of beans, and the dried beans I bought 4 pounds. So that will last us a lot longer when I'm having a day where I don't feel like being freaking lazy. It's just getting off my butt and doing things. Okay, am I burning this stuff? Okay, I'm turning this off. I do not. Yeah, that smells burnt. Did I burn the fuck out of my corn? Okay, hold the fuck up. If this sets off the smoke alarm, I'm gonna shit my pants. I will be so pissed off. We're really cooking here, folks. What the fuck burnt? Something must have splashed. I think something, when I stirred it last time, something got on the actual burner. It's burning off the burner. I didn't burn the food in the pan. But anyway, now that they can't fucking hear me. Mama's burning shit up in here! For the record, it was my tortilla. This is what happens when you're talking to a camera and not watching your food. This is real life, people. Hey, you scared the crap out of me! Fuck! Damn dog. Okay! Okay, so I got my tortilla. Hush monkey. All I'm going to do is put some greens down. Probably be a lot easier if I had chopped these, but you know, that's more work. And then a scoop of my veggie mixture. Gonna put a couple of jalapenos on here. Well, that just rolled off. And then, guys, this stuff is so good. The Taco Bell hot sauce. And yes, it's vegan or whatever. God damn, I burned another one. Fuck. This is why I don't do a cooking show. Because I fucking talk and I forget that I'm fucking cooking shit. I burnt shit. Also, this stuff is lifeblood. We go through so much Crystal hot sauce. This is absolutely the best tasting hot sauce to us. It's so good. So yeah, I'm gonna drown this shit in sauce, and that's about it. Oh, I'm gonna put a couple black olives on it. But that's it. We're gonna eat this for the next couple of nights, and then I'll come back with the following dinner that we do. Today is Tuesday. I've been really busy with chores today, so I am going to make 2 canned things. I'm going to finish up these little potatoes. I've already washed them, gotten the eyes off of them. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to boil them and mash them with some garlic. And then I will be making a can of black-eyed peas, can of green beans to get our greens, and then we're going to have, I have some leftover cucumber from the sandwich stuff, so we're going to have a cucumber and greens side salad with red wine vinegar as a dressing. No oil. So, easy dinner because I'm busy today, but very healthy. Don't forget to rinse your stuff to get some of the sodium off though. I actually found a vegan recipe for some gravy. So I'm going to try to make it for my potatoes tonight and see how it goes. So it starts off with 2 cups of vegetable stock, 3/4 teaspoons of onion powder, three tablespoons of nutritional yeast, it already smells good. No kidding. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, or you can use like rice flour if you want to. And we're just going to whisk this in, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, we're going to back off like you do with regular gravy and let it thicken. And I'll come back and show you how it looks and how it tastes. Guys, this is crazy. This is actually bubbling up and nice and thick, just like legit, well, it is legit gravy, but like the gravy that you're used to. This is amazing. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I'm about ready to drain the potatoes so I can mash them up. I'm just mashing these right in the pot. I'm going to add a little garlic powder and a little onion powder. I was going to do real garlic, guys, and I totally forgot to get it out and start cutting it up, so it's going to be garlic powder tonight. If I had unflavored almond milk, I would pour just a little bit in here to make it a little bit creamier, but ours is unsweetened vanilla, and that would not be good in potatoes. The gravy's nice and thick, so I'm just going to take some and spoon it over the potatoes. It looks fantastic, guys. Like I said on the other vlog, I'm very careful about adding salt and pepper until I taste everything, especially if I do use canned goods, because you don't want to overdo it with your sodium. This looks like freaking... It looks like turkey gravy is what it looks like. Holy crap, this looks fucking good. Oh, we need a little bit of Crystal hot sauce on the beans, and dinner's ready to go. Dinner is done, and I have to say, we both give that gravy 2 thumbs up. It was amazing. And I have to say, if I'm not big on sage, but if you added a little bit of sage and maybe a pinch of rosemary, it would taste just like Thanksgiving. Seriously. Very pleased. So now we have a go-to, easy to make gravy recipe. And now I've got a big mess to clean up. So I'll see you tomorrow.